Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Chicago in the building. 600 Breezy in the building. My God, welcome to the show.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's going on?
I've been seeing you a lot, man. I had to come through, man. You've been doing a lot of big things. I've been seeing a lot of good interviews and a lot of good spitters come in this room, so I had to come,
Hey, thank you, my brother. We kind of put you on the spot today a little bit.
That's cool. You feel me? Like
just a little bit.
I like that though. I like the pressure. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, fuck with it. Yeah.
It doesn't happen too many times that people get put super on the spot here, but it was funny hearing okay, so you got told earlier today about the freestyle.
No, literally like 2 hours ago.
Oh, 2 hours.
And while I'm in the middle of a video shoot, you feel me? So I literally ain't had no time to do nothing and just not go on the notes and look at no bars and nothing. I had to just had to pick the beat and everything in the car outside. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this right here. Like, just ran across it and was like, all right, what have nobody done? Some shit that I fuck with, some old school New York shit. And that's how it came about. So, yeah, I like it, though. I fuck with it. Because I know a lot of niggas can't rap. So that they get weeks in advance to put something together. So I like the challenge, though. And I'm challenging all rappers that feel like they can rap. We can do it. And I jump in the battle rap ring with a nigga, too. I'm at that point right now. So...
You think you ready to do the battle rap too?
Yeah. I've been around. I've been in the culture for a while. Like I'm real close with a lot of battle rappers and shit. Like I used to go to dinner all the battles with Sue Surf and Tay Rock too.
Right.
You feel me? So like I fuck with Charlie Clip stuff too. Hitman Holla and shit. Like niggas like on a personal, like outside, like being in parties and kicking it with these niggas type shit. Like so, yeah. Niggas always tell me to do it because the way I rap, like. It'd be on some lyrical shit, metaphorical. So a lot of people like, damn, why you just don't battle rap? Like, shit, I be thinking about it. I'm at that point where I'm ready to really jump in the ring with somebody though.
Which I would like too to see obviously aside from like battle rappers who rap, but like I would actually like to see like rappers, you know what I'm saying, who are known for making records.
Yeah, and,
like
and,
actually
and cross over into, they do it sometime, but it'd be like I just seen like an old school Dipset nigga battle somebody. I forgot his name.
One of the Dipset members?
One of the older Dipset members. Yeah. He was just battled, I believe. But like that, I've been seeing it like it's some people like niggas like E-Ness and shit. You know what I'm saying? They still battling. They still going crazy too. So I respect it. But yeah, I like to see rappers. Niggas like, like I'm from Chicago, so niggas like me and G Herbo and shit like that. Like since the way we rap, like go jump in the ring with a nigga and really battle with a nigga and go 3 rounds or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be good for the culture too. Like
I feel like that's a good marketing thing.
Yeah.
Somebody gotta take that shit.
Yeah. So somebody steal it from you right now. Well, I need a percentage, or we gonna come see about you. So.
Or we gonna come see about you. Nah, but you bring up a good point because it wouldn't be it wouldn't be like celebrity boxing, right? Because celebrity boxing is kind of like the hot thing right now,
yeah.
Right? And like in some cases, like it's like taken seriously. In some cases, it's not taken seriously. But I feel like in terms of like celebrity rap battles, in the sense of like actual rappers like you and like you mentioned you and Herbo, I feel like that's like a serious thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people are gonna tune into that because they both know that y'all could spit. They both know that y'all can go off the dome.
Yeah.
So that means that like. I think that's like a really interesting market that hasn't even been tapped into yet for like rappers.
Yeah, for real. We really need to do it because even what you're saying with like celebrity boxing, it never be like a real boxer against. It'd be like 2 rappers, and they be, you know what I'm saying. This would be different because these is 2 different people from the music world, the people that really just going off the top or going toe to toe, round for round, like going rapping for 3 minutes straight, 5 minutes straight in competition against somebody that just go on the beat and rap.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So that's really like the battle of the fittest for real. That shit'd be crazy. I really want to see that. Like niggas like Dave East and shit like that. Like niggas that spit, niggas like Westside Benny or some shit. Like you feel me? Like going against a battle rapper. That'd be crazy. Like that'd be crazy.
Who would you put on like in like a perfect world, who would you want on like that card? You mentioned a few people, but like who would you like to see on like that I want fight card, rap battle card? Yeah. You did mention Benny and Dave.
I
and
definitely
like
would. With the whole Griselda, Conway, Benny, Westside, even niggas like Fugo Bass, they just get on him. He hard.
Yeah.
He signed a Benny, I believe.
Yeah, we just had him up here a couple weeks ago too. Yep.
Oh yeah, he
Nice.
nasty. Yeah, he nasty. That just be my top. Um, I can't. That's a hard decision though. Like just who I want to see up there, like rap wise.
Well, you did mention
Like
Biggie.
Fabulous.
Fab. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely Fab. For the punchlines for sure.
Yeah. Currency.
Mm-hmm.
Like real spitters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a few to the list up there. I trying to come off the head, but you're like, yeah, bro. I really them would be like the top. But you gotta like really just like real rap, bro. Like real hip hop heads. Like I want to see them on cards versus battle rappers, not these niggas that's just dancing around and just making nice songs but not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
If you take this idea, he's gonna come.
We gonna come see about you.
He's gonna come see y'all, just so y'all know. But it's funny because you mentioned like real rap, right, and like real battle rap and spitters and shit like that. Do you feel like that art form is starting to get lost? Like, what is your kind of take on it? Because obviously we get a lot of dance music nowadays, which I don't personally think there's anything wrong with, but I also understand like kind of where what you were saying, like where you were coming from with that a little bit as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's coming back though. Like, I think I got out of jail 2019 after doing 2 years, and like then I started hearing about Griselda. So I'm like, damn. Like, and then they got a big fan base. So I'm like, I respect it because it's like, shit, like what happened to the Nas's and the Wu-Tangs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people that's real hip hop that was really going on in there saying something. Like, so like I feel like it's really coming back right now. Like really people like that, people like me, like they like Benny and them be going and doing freestyles and shit. And I sit and watch that shit because it's like I respect it, bro. Like they showing they got real talent, and ain't nobody writing for them. That happened a lot in the industry. So really, people just a face behind somebody else's art, and so it's like they not a real artist. They just an imposter. Right. So they just stepping in, and people writing their hooks and writing all their bars for them. They just using they figure, they using you know what I'm saying, they appearance. Yeah. And they not artists, but to the world, they feel like they artists. So I respect the people that's really spitting their own shit and coming up with that shit on their own. Like, so.
I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy because I feel like for a while, it felt like the industry was a little scared of that type of that sound.
They still are.
They still are. They still are. But to your point about like 2019 and the rise of Griselda and what they've done. And even we were talking a little bit before. You mentioned Fuego Bass, Heem, the Chase Fetties, like everybody who's like associated, not directly Griselda, but like also associated with Griselda. Yeah. It's cool because what I feel like Benny and them have done is like shown the industry and shown people that like this is a valid lane that people could still make a lot of money off of, and you could still have like extremely core fan bases who will buy your merch, who will buy your cassette tapes if you sell cassette tapes, buy CDs, and buy vinyls too, and buy tickets to the show most importantly also. Yeah. Versus like I feel people being scared of like that type of sound. But whenever I see them, like even when they did Terminal 5, right, Calvin? It was Terminal 5. When they did the Griselda show at Terminal 5, that shit was packed out, and they brought everybody out. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Like another Stove God Cooks.
God Cooks, yep.
That nigga is top 5 alive to me, bro. That nigga's like he talk coke in ways that niggas can't talk. Like another person that's really slept on, my homie Aldo. He from here. Aldo's so hard he slept on, but lyrically he can't be fucked with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that should just be crazy. Like niggas really can rap for real, bro. Like, I fuck with that because I rap. Like, ain't nobody never wrote nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna see nobody names and no credits saying they wrote something for me,
This is gonna be your name, just yours.
Yeah, just me. It's me. Yeah.
You said you're starting to get more comfortable with like freestyling in the booth too. Like that's kind of been like, it's not just like I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna come to like these freestyle platforms and freestyle, but like this is also something that you're actively working on to incorporate into your own music now too, correct?
Yeah, because I really just used to go in the studio and just like let the beat spin 20, 30 times and jot down shit in my notes and go and spit it. So it's right there off the top, but I'm really, I got it down. Like now I've been really just going in front of the mic, like play that shit and just seeing how far I can go, and that's perfecting my craft. So it's like it's making me better because it's just like shit. It's just like taking baby steps and learning how to walk, and or you know what I'm saying, or riding a bike with trainer wheels and taking the trainer wheels off. That's how I feel with this rap shit right now. So that's why I'm on some real cocky shit, because I've been metaphorically, you know,
Yeah.
like I always was good with coming up. You know, I come from the Chicago drill wave, the original. When I came out like a few years after they came 2010, 12, shit like that. I came 2015. So, you know, I was always coming up with the greatest metaphorical ways of how we'll hurt you. Like, if people go back to my bars and go back to my songs, I have so many different ways metaphorically of what we'll do to you, and I'll reference it to movies or TVs or sports or whatever, and niggas be like, damn. But that come from me watching battle rap and shit, bro. Like, so I really grew up off that, watching Smack DVDs and shit. Like, the first battle I ever seen was T-Rex and Uncasa, and then Party Yardy and Murder Mook. And I just started like having my moms go to the store and buy the real DVDs, and I was really into that shit, bro. So then it went over to YouTube, so I'm still into. I go personally and go watch battles like right now, like just go to the shows personally, because shit was rap, bro.
Right. And at the end of the day, you're also like showing that you're like just a real rap fan. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. Because I respect the culture. Yeah. Like,
right.
Hip hop.
Because you know, you say, you know, you spoke a little bit about like obviously coming up during like the earlier Chicago drill wave, right? And like whether it's that wave or even now the new wave, whether it be Chicago, New York, UK, whatever, I feel like people always kind of, or not people, but like media and like news like to kind of discredit like the drill sound, whether it be the current drill sound or the past drill sound or UK, Chicago, whatever the hell it is. But then, you know, granted, not everybody can make good music that type of way. You know what I'm saying? There are people who aren't good at it, but then there are people, you know, like you said yourself, and like even just saying that, like you are like an example of like you could do this sound and you could be lyrical. Because I feel like people like to just like talk about it and say, oh, if you do drill music, you're not lyrical. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, you're talking about like all the metaphors and shit like that people might not catch.
They go over people's head.
A lot of it goes over people's heads, which I feel like is a little bit of a lost art in 2022. But I do feel like there are a few artists from Chicago, from New York, from the UK who are still very much a part of that, like, you know, cut from that cloth that you're cut from, you know what I'm saying, that you're speaking about too.
Yeah, like the only other rappers like that I feel like even be having any type of metaphors outside of Chicago and New York and shit is like Rallo Rodriguez and No Cap. Like they be saying some shit that you really gotta catch on to, and it's gonna go over people's head. But I hear it and be like, damn, he said that, like for real. So it's not a lot of artists that really can be metaphorical. People just get on the mic and just be like, yeah, we killing niggas. I'm wearing this. We getting money.
Right.
Like, and fuck you niggas. Like, that's it.
Why do you think, I don't know, I'm trying to think like, why do you think it's like that now? Do you just think it's because like people just, do you think it's like the internet is like because of it? Or do you think it's just because like people just, I don't know, they didn't watch enough Smack DVDs?
It really,
a little bit of everything.
Like, the issue, I feel like, you know, I'm 30 now, so
right.
I done seen this shit, and I feel like it changed from real hip hop when like the Soulja Boy waves came in, that's popping, snapping, and dancing, the Atlanta franchise boys type shit. Like when that came in, and people was like, you know, like they ain't really gotta say nothing, they just really gotta make some dancing music, some people shit that make people bounce around. It took from the old school New York hip hop shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now everybody, you know, everybody follow trends and follow waves. So once they look like, just like right now, we in a TikTok era.
Yep.
I mean, the TikTok era, and it's bad because songs are going viral for a 7 minute clip of nothing. Like, they ain't saying nothing. They can be screaming or making a noise or whatever, and that song will go viral, and they gonna praise them like they the best artists on the world when they ain't said shit.
$1 million deals, all that.
You feel me? They ain't saying nothing just because they can appeal to today's internet. There wasn't no internet back then when Jay-Z was selling albums. You know what I'm saying? He can still sell them right now, but back then, there wasn't no internet like that for real. It was different. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So yeah, it's I just feel like once all the dancers and shit came out, that's what really took away from bars and real rap and real hip hop. So we just got to do what we got to do to get it back, because it's, you know, like that music don't last, but like right now, like your moms and pops and all our moms and pops and shit, they still listen to that old school love songs where they was really saying something and expressing their feelings and shit, because that was
Facts,
the
definitely
time
do.
that they was in.
Yeah.
So feel me, your grandma still gonna cook to that on Sundays and shit like that. So these people is still making millions of dollars because it's still all these people from that time that's gonna listen to it forever, and then the shit might go viral on TikTok or something, and now it's gonna keep going. So it's just like, I still listen to Jay-Z. I still listen to Wu-Tang. I still listen to old school rap. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's millions of other people that still do. So we just gotta really keep it alive. It's up to the people that love it and love the craft to keep it alive and don't let it die.
Right. Do you think like I'm trying to think of like the best way to like get like tell these young rappers, because you see, and we've spoken about this like a lot recently, especially on this show. You look at, unfortunately, like the situations that are going on where rappers getting locked up because of lyrics that they said. You know what I'm saying? Some a little more vague than others. Like you mentioned before, like people will just go in a booth and like just say everything now. There won't be any lyrical type of exercise or lyricalness to it, right? Stop laughing at me, Benny. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like people are just kind of like just saying shit, right? And it's just like, and to me, it's like, or whether it be like, especially like even in the diss, and I'm just like, I think about like, cause I'm 26, right? So I also come from that era of like early 2000s, 50, Hove, all that shit like that.
Yeah.
Joe, Pun, Big L, all that shit. And even like when I think about back then and that type of music, even when they would go that route and they may throw a sub at somebody or they may, be talking about somebody, there would be like a creative way to go about it, right? But I think that that creativity of like just trying to come up with a better way of saying something is just, like you said, kind of just in a way dissipated because people just want to like get their point or go viral or just, have like a 5-second moment about something instead of, trying to create like actual music that like lasts or that people could enjoy.
Yeah, that's definitely the big problem with that shit too. So it's like we just got to do me as an artist. I'm gonna keep giving them bar for bar. Like people respect how I rap. So it's like I ain't going like I make songs now and I throw it in there, but I'm in it for the rap. I'm in it for the real rap. So we got to keep giving them what they want, man. We can't just never just like if everybody just stop rapping and follow the one wave, then music gonna die. Like hip hop is gonna die, so we just got to keep it alive. But we got a lot of people still holding the torch and keeping it alive. Then platforms like this, where you making niggas get up here and rap,
right?
It keep it going, bro. Yeah.
Even like the young guys, earlier today you were out with G Gotti.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out my guy.
Polo Ground, 600 YGs. Them my boys, they family. You know what I'm saying? Like so, yeah. Him and Josh Sav, they going crazy too. Like them my young boys, they. I'm finna do something with them too. Me and G Gotti gonna have something coming. Like,
fire.
Yeah, so.
How do you even meet them? How does that happen?
So it's like I started coming out here like I met my homie Young Swab. I did a feature with my homie Young Swab.
Okay.
He from Allentown. Well, he from Harlem, but he live in Allentown, PA and shit. So I went down there, did the feature with him, and he was like, nah. He's like, the guys see me with you. I got to take you to Harlem. It's like they tell him bring you to the hood. Come on, I'm with it. So this like 2015, bro. You feel me? And it took me to Polo, bro. I ain't left since.
You ain't left since.
And every time I go to New York, that's why I go. That's family. Like them niggas introduced me. I just came from getting a chopped cheese from Polo. You feel me?
Respectfully.
That's like I'm like Chicago. We had projects once upon a time, but they tore all our shit down and just spread it everybody through the city. So it's refreshing to come to New York and still see what I used to know from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like it used to look the exact same way. We just not as stacked up on each other how New York is. Like New York is like they got y'all like in close quarters and shit. Like we have some space between us, like different blocks and shit like that. So like yeah, like when I come to New York, shit, I go straight to Polo to my guys, man. Like see, they had another rapper, Audemars, he went fed and shit. So like Polo got some good rappers coming up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like so they really next. So people can keep their eye on them too.
Facts. I fuck with G and Ja. Ja's coming up next. Ja will be on the show soon too.
He was just in my video shoot earlier too. I had him at the video shoot. Then he went to his sister crib. Then I went to the hood and linked with Gotti. So
you've known them since they were like kids.
Like shit, about 7 years now. Shit. So they. Yeah, them niggas had to been 10, 11 years
10,
old
11
or
at the
something, you know what
time.
I'm saying? Yeah, so.
You ever seen Gotti in the work video, French Montana's work video?
Nah, hell nah.
He's in French Montana's work video.
Oh, yeah, that's
I got in our interview, so I guess like at the time, they just needed extras in the video, and and they had like ASAP jerseys.
Okay.
And so if you watch like the beginning, I'll show you one after the interview. But if you watch the beginning of the scene, there's like a bunch of kids like running up and down the basketball court, and like little G Gotti's just on the side, one of them.
Oh, okay. He probably was a young, super young.
Super young. He was like he was definitely like 7 or 8 at the time, maybe 8 or 9, maybe I don't know. But like it's funny how deeply like hip hop is like ingrained in like in those kids, you know what I'm saying? Especially seeing where he's at now and shit.
Exactly. Because it's like when you were around it and then you get a love for it, you're gonna always love hip hop. Like you ain't gonna really never tell. I don't like me personally. I don't listen to niggas that really melodize and sing and shit like that. Like I don't listen to none of that shit. Even my homies that do that shit, I don't listen to that shit. I open my phone right now. My phone gonna have Detroit niggas because I fuck with they sound because I'm from the Midwest and they just really be shit talking, like, you know. And then I got all New York niggas in my shit. Really, everybody from Griselda in my phone. Even Bodie James, he from Detroit, but he in Griselda too. But he spit like, you know what I'm saying? Like them all the niggas I listen to on a daily basis all day. I don't give plays to no niggas that's whining and crying and shit. Like, I don't get no plays to none of that shit, bro. So.
But those type of people do have a fan base though. People do love them.
That's for them. That's to each his own. To each his own. That's for them. They make great songs.
Yeah.
Like people make good songs. I'm in it for the rap for real. I'm in it to hear what people saying, you know? Like being creative. Like not just going in there and just saying anything and making sound effects and shit and making it easy. I want to really hear, like, you know, like say something. So I listen to the niggas that's really saying something, that's been in jail and been through a struggle and feel me, and seen niggas die or had to take lives or sell drugs or, you know what I'm saying? Like been through something, so they really is some pain behind what they saying. Like niggas like DMX, R.I.P. to DMX, he was like crazy. I think he one of the only rappers that went platinum, like twice in 1 year? Like, because he was really talking about what he was going through though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect music. I respect real music. Yeah.
You speak of creativity. I gotta. We were talking a little bit before the interview about you're from the block.
Oh yeah. You know, I did 2 of them. So
you did 2. Well, you did one from the beginning, like at the very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning. Then I just did the other one from the cemetery. Yeah.
And then the new one was in a cemetery, which was extremely creative because it's kind of like in the lines of like, you know, what I mentioned, BFB the Pac-Man, or who else did they did the from the yacht.
Yeah, so Lil Yachty did it from the yacht. Chris Brown did it from his backyard. We called it Bat Cave. And then Jacquees did it. No, Jacquees did the yacht. Lil Yachty did it from his castle type shit.
His castle shit, yeah.
And then BFB Pac-Man did his from the pool. And then I did mine from the cemetery. So, you know, yeah, like shout out to AZ too. They're from Chicago legend on the camera shit. And you know, me and him never even really got to shoot no real video before. It was just, I seen him from the block shit. He had a whole bunch of people. Like the first 20 people was from down south, Alabama and Atlanta and shit like that. And he was like, man, somebody from Chicago got to come do it. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, he for real, bro? Come on. Like, I pull up tomorrow or whatever, let's do it. And it just went from there. So like with this one, it was just like, he was last minute with that too. Like, man, let's do it from the cemetery. Like, I'm doing everybody else's. I'm doing different schemes. Let's do it from the cemetery. I'm sure, let's do it. So yeah, that was different. Everybody saying that though, that was different. Like they ain't never really seen that. Like that shit was really in the middle of the cemetery, creepy as shit. Like,
yeah, it was a little. I saw it. I was like, this is fire, but also this is creepy. But I'm also very intrigued by the idea. So it was your idea or AZ's idea?
It was really my idea.
Okay.
Like he was like, yeah, like we was just brainstorming, and then a cemetery came up. Like I'm doing a brainstorm and I'm not, hell yeah, the cemetery. So that's why when he posted, he said this was not my idea. This is all 600 Breezy's idea, because it was like, damn, that's kind of crazy, but shit, I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I fuck with AZ though. I'm gonna keep going on the block. I'm gonna go do another scheme too. Whenever he do a whole nother, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna go on there and rap, because niggas be going on there doing little songs and shit, and that they been had and put out 2 years ago or whatever. Like, nah, rap. I'm going there and rap.
I'm going there and rap.
Hell yeah.
And I also peep you doing movies now too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's also really fucking dope too. I love seeing artists kind of step out their comfort zone and start doing shit like that.
And I never expected that. I love that shit now too.
You have one out right now, right? There's 2 more?
It's on the way. It hasn't even dropped.
Oh, it hasn't dropped yet. Okay, I thought
we
it was
just been
already.
doing the premieres and shit, like different states and shit like that. So, you know, and they been big every time we do it. It be hundreds of people. So like the first one was thousands of people, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was crazy. But Yeah, shit. I got like 2 more movie slots that I'm finna have to start filming for in like a month or two too. So like I fuck with that shit. It's like I'm doing the music, but I'm stepping and crossing over into a whole nother lane too.
Right.
So it's like shit when you doing music and shooting videos, it's like you acting anyway. So it's just the same thing. It's really easy. Like be like I'm one taking shit in the movie, and then the producers and shit is like cameraman like, man, this nigga Breezy, like damn,
Kinda
he a
nice.
natural. Yeah, like damn, they like you did this before. I'm like, nah, it's like I'm looking at words and y'all telling me remember, and I put it in my own words and then I say it. So yeah, so I fuck with that movie shit too. I'm trying to get some big motion picture shit, some on some Ice Cube shit, like cross over into that and get some money out of that.
Right. And we got the new album coming out.
Yeah, man.
This week.
Retaliation this week, man. August 19th, Retaliation. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the title came from. Like it's like I ain't got no more jail. Like I'm off parole, so I ain't got to worry about violations no more. Keep going back to jail. Nothing stopping me, bro. So it's like now I'm out for blood. I vengeance. I need to get my spot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like niggas, every time I went to jail, a nigga came and took my spot. So I need to go and get that spot back. That's why I'm really on some bully shit and niggas telling niggas they can't rap because they can't fuck with me. I feel like a lot of people can't fuck with me. They be trying to use a little other bullshit and gimmicks, internet shit, try to downplay a nigga, but I ain't letting it happen. So it's really, I'm about to bully the game, bro. Like, for real.
You really about to bully. And I've heard, I heard the album, I got the link. When did I get the link? I think yesterday, and I listened to it again before you came here. I fuck with it heavy.
Yeah.
And like that's like, when you're talking about like making records, like that's what I really got with this album too. Cause like you have 2 features on it, correct? You got Money Man, obviously Empire.
Yeah.
And then Tudor Bands, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's 50 Rich homie, man. He, we was just in the studio together in the Bay, and that shit just was natural, bro. That song hard too. Like it was natural, so yeah, I fuck with him too. I fuck with anybody that's coming up too, getting into this shit.
Right,
but,
obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So I was gonna put more features on there, but I was like, fuck it, I don't really need. I know I'm about to really drop a project every 2-3 months, really every month if I could. So and shit, I'm just thought that's really like my first. All my other features was, niggas from my neighborhood. I did some shit with like Derez Deshaun, it's my close friend of mine and shit. OJ the Juice Man and shit like that, like down south shit I was recording in Atlanta for a while. But I ain't really did no big name features. So really Money Man is like my first like feature with somebody that's either at my level or bigger. So yeah.
I never even noticed that about you.
Yeah, I don't.
Because you would have thought like, because when I watch old interviews about you, obviously you're talking about like, like Drake and all this other stuff and all these other bigger artists who fuck with you and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I never really thought about it until you just said it, that like, you really fuck with just,
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like when you just do like, I don't do paid features for real. Because it's like, I don't really feel like you should water yourself down like that. Like if you're gonna do some features, make sure it's worth it and make sure it's some shit that's gonna make sense. Why have 100 songs? Because niggas was paying you 2, 3, 4,000 to do it.
Right.
Where anybody's in these views got 10,000 views, 50 at the best, or some weird shit like that. Like people keep seeing you, that you watering yourself down. So it's like I feel like you got to keep yourself preserved in this shit too, and make it make sense. Like you don't see niggas like Drake and Lil Baby and all the Kanye and all these niggas doing random features with niggas. You don't see that. They know what they doing. It makes sense. They gonna cross paths and cross, fan bases with people that can help them or at the same level as them. So
yeah. Like cross pollinating.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Politics.
I see that kind of like what you're like obviously with Money Man. Like I really like that. Obviously because his project came out not long ago on Empire.
See, we both on Empire, so
yeah,
we in the same building and it's organic. It was just like it wasn't even no forced. Oh, y'all do a song, go let's do it. It was. I went off on the beat, he heard that shit and was like, hey, let me get that shit real quick, and came back in like an hour with his verse. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like that. So like our sound it matched. So we gonna be doing a lot of shit too. Like,
On the way.
yeah, definitely.
On the way.
Definitely.
I would like a joint project with the two of y'all. I just feel like it works. In my head at least it works.
Yeah. When they hear the first song, people gonna agree with you. Like, nah, yeah, that shit work. Like, you know,
We gonna need more.
Yeah, for sure.
So after Retaliation, what else do we have on the way? You're gonna bully the industry a little bit, then we're gonna keep dropping every 2 to 3 months.
I'm gonna keep dropping. So every time I'm gonna have I come up with my project names when I'm done with the music or while I'm doing it. So I never just know like what my next project's gonna be.
Right.
But I definitely gotta get them another Iceman edition, Breezo George Gervin for my core fans. Like, gotta give them a 6-0 Breezo the mixtape 2 and shit like that. I'm gonna do that. But them just some names I know for a fact
that people will tune into.
Yeah, for sure. Especially that Iceman edition. Like, that was one of my biggest projects. It's like that was the second one too. So I got a series. I got Iceman edition 1, 2. Breezo George Gervin, like just different. Like, I got a lot of the different ones. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it going with that too. But yeah, I'm just finna just keep dropping, bro. They gonna keep seeing me. I gotta be in their face. Like, I usually be locked up and shit, fucking up, doing stupid shit. I'm free now. I'm out them people's hands. They can't touch me no more. So shit, I can really do what I'm supposed to do now with this music shit. For real.
So we leaving all that behind. We moving forward. We got more projects on the way. Retaliation out this Friday. Before we sign off, since we're in the spirit of you being able to do what you want to do now and having this freedom to kind of finally being able to focus fully and not having to worry about all that other shit going on now. We've spoken a lot about young artists during this interview. What would be like your core, like if whether you were talking to G or some young kid from Chicago, right? What would be like the core thing that you would tell them as like advice or like insight on how to become like what they want to become, what they're destined to become, and how to like focus? Like, what would be like what would you tell them?
It's like really, it's easy once you focus and stay 10 toes down. It's easy, but you get distracted easily too. So majority of the niggas I listen to, and I know me, I come directly from the streets, so it's a lot of shit that's gonna take them off track. They're gonna feel like they need to be out there with their homies and still sliding or still selling drugs or whatever and shit. You gonna have to really put a lot of that shit behind you and follow your craft. If you see people like you and people you got a buzz and shit, take it serious and watch the people that you cross paths with and do business with, because people done stole a lot of money from me in my career. I had millions of views when I first came out and I was still broke and still in the hood. Like, I had over 50 million views probably, and I didn't get a dime from that shit because, it's going to the cameramans. I'm not knowing I'm making no money. I'm just getting famous and more hot in the hood and more niggas is shooting at me. So it was just like, you gotta like watch who you trust and watch who managing you and watch all that shit. A lot of these labels not genuine. They gonna wanna take from you and not help you get a lawyer and make you just sign some shit and you signing for all these albums and like they own your masters and shit like that. So like, just really stick to your craft and take it serious and let the other shit go. And then when you get there, just watch who you do business with and shit. Your career be golden. Shit. Cause we at a point now to where people got like shit like TuneCore and shit like that. Like, I'm with Empire. I was with Empire since they was distribution. You know what I'm saying? So, and they always been righteous. They ain't never did they ain't never took no money from me and none of that shit. So that's why I'm gonna be for my career. I'm with Empire. Unless hell freeze over and Ghazi just turned into a fucking evil person, which I never see how. You feel me? Like, he a genuine dude and he run a company. So like, shit, that's where I'm gonna be at. But yeah, they just really gotta watch who they got around them, and they gotta really take it serious. Like they gonna have to really put it to this. I'm glad you said that. That's the last thing I can say too. Like, when I first started rapping, I put about 30,000 behind myself. So my granddad died and left me and my mom some money, and I just dropped the 6-0 Breezo mixtape, my first tape. I bought a CD burner. You know what I'm saying? And like, it had like probably 6 or 8 slots in it. And I sat in the house and I bought the sleeves, got my cases, my covers and shit printed up and all that shit, like old school mixtapes.
Yeah.
This 2015. Shit, me and my homies took a ride from Chicago down to Atlanta and we stopped in Memphis and all that type of shit. And I was just leaving stacks of my CDs everywhere with my Instagram on it and all that shit. bro, my followers shot up crazy. Like people hitting me up, man, Shawty, I found your mixtape in a gas station. This shit hard. So it was like I put the footwork behind it that nobody really know because I really never really talked about it. So I put the footwork in. I like you know, it was unfortunate to lose my granddad, but that nigga left me some money and he wanted to be in music too. So it was like a destined thing. So the money that he left me, like it was like 30 some G's. I put all that shit into music, bro. I started taking my first flights, you know what I'm saying, really spending real money and shit. Like, and I put it into my career and that shit got me where I'm at. For real. Yeah. So it take money to make money too. So you're gonna have to put your all in that shit. Don't let it bring you down, but put your all in that shit though. Yeah.
There you go. Takes money to make money. That's why I be telling everybody. I'm like, you gotta sometimes take a couple L's money wise if you for the long term gain and shit.
Yeah, for sure. You can't just really do it. Like some people go viral. Some nigga can be broke and dusty in the hood and just make one song and go viral. Like Keith, like Chief Keef. I watched that. Like he really a nigga that was on our blocks with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we was all sharing clothes and coats and switching hats and shit, like we was young, fucked up, ain't had shit. That 1-2 songs made him a legend. Like took him. He went from having nothing. Like I watched him. He was one of the dirtiest niggas on our block. Then to see what he did that fast, and he like, you know, like it can take one hit too. It can take 1 or 2 hits. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be a writer for somebody. You could be a producer too. You can be whatever. It just take one. You can be gone. But that's rare. You don't really see that too much nowadays. Like it'll be somebody behind them pushing them to get them out there. You know, like somebody will catch on to them early and then put the push on them and make people see them and then they blow up. So it's either or. Like either you're gonna have to do the hard work or it's gonna come easy, but either way you gotta work to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. He gave you like 5 minutes of free game. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really hope that if y'all watching this as a young artist, you really take in what he's saying, because that was all free game right there. Put in the footwork, spend some money on yourself, invest in yourself. You know, you see how it comes. Retaliation this week.
This Friday.
August 19th. Make sure you tune in. Before we sign off, let the people know they can follow you at. Anything else you want to let them know, now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
This camera right here?
Yes,
man,
sir.
Look, they know what's up with me. 60 Breezy, man. 600 Breezy everywhere. Instagram, nigga, 600 BREEZY. You know what's up with me, man. Chicago legend. Fuck what a nigga talking about, nigga. And I rap for real, and you niggas can't rap, and that's really all I had to say.
He was rapping on the show today.
Retaliation this week. Go get that shit, man. You know? And I'm coming for you niggas spot too. Any nigga think they can fuck with me. Cause I'm really, when I said I'm gonna bully you niggas, I mean that. So look me in my face when I'm telling you niggas that. It's that with me. Like, come on, lace y'all boots up and start writing your own music too.
There you go. Retaliation out this Friday. Go follow him. Go run up the freestyle out now. Go show the man some love. Go show the man some support. Love and support is free, but y'all already knew that. Till next time, 600 Breezy on the radar. My guy. Love. Appreciate you. Boom.